Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special pre-Christmas Eve Christmas spectacular stream. I'm here, and I am joined by Emmykins.
Hi.
She is here. We will be discussing.
I don't know why
she's not on camera. I mean, you can probably wave on the camera if you reach your hand over. I mean, the camera's not up yet. Okay, hold on. Let me get the camera up so you guys can see. Okay, there we go. Now she's gonna wave. All right, here we are. Rilip has Christmas Vacation on in the background. Heck yeah. I love Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. Oh, do you mean the first one? Ew. Hey, so today we're going to be talking about 3 Christmas movies that we watched. Yes, we did.
Yep.
But first we're going to do the game duel because it's been a while since I did the game duel. It's been like 2 whole days. Okay, so Emmy's going to, I guess, go somewhere else now.
Yep.
She went through all the trouble of sitting down, and now she's got to squeeze her way out of my lair here. Okay, this looks like something. There is a man here. I gotta get a little more info here. Okay, wait. It's Tack and the Power of Juju. I know that's not right, but I just want to say it. What is this? Oh, this looks really familiar. This must be the Messenger.
Hi, Captain Croissant.
Oh, Captain Croissant is here too. Wonderful. Oh, this is like a ninja game of some kind. It's a platformer. Mark of the Ninja, maybe. Some kind of ninja. No. Got 2 swords. Oh, it's Prince of Persia. It's the new one. I think that's the Lost Crown. There we go. I don't know why it took me. My brain doesn't work on Mondays, guys. I'm sorry. It just it takes a while to get running. This is Goat Simulator.
You're too scared.
I'm too scared. My brain won't work. Emmy hates that line for some reason. I don't get it. Shark, traps, Yeti, Colts, Tibet. This has gotta be. Is this the new Indiana Jones game? Oh, it's not even on here. Then it has to be. Oh my god, what a second. Fucking Nathan Drake. Uncharted. I never remember the name because it's such a stupid name. Probably a Thief's End or no, okay, it's not. Venice. Puzzles, climbing, darkness, swimming, artifacts. There's a Yeti in Tibet. Are we sure this Indiana Jones? What? No, dinosaurs. What the hell? This game sounds rad. Tomb Raider. Why is everybody saying Tomb Raider? Well, there's not dinosaurs in Tomb Raider, guys. Are you nuts? Maybe the old one, I guess. The Last Revelation. Oh, fuck. It's Tomb Raider. God damn it. Got an Italian accent and a British accent. I don't know which one this would be, though. Well, guys, when did they start putting dinosaurs in fucking Tomb Raider games? Tomb Raider. Maybe it's 2. There we go. No, it wasn't the original.
Pull that out with your final guess.
No, I had another guess after that. I would have got it eventually, probably. Okay, we're out of here. So today we're going to be talking about 3 movies. You can see them in the, I guess the message. No, wait. No, in the message that it's sent out. But if you guys didn't read that, we're talking about the movie Elves from 1989. Dear Santa, starring Jack Black, and Red One, movies which me and Emmy have both watched.
Yep.
I haven't watched Elves in a while, but it's locked in my mind palace.
I rewatched it yesterday.
Emmy rewatched it yesterday. It is incredible, though. We're gonna quickly watch the trailer. It is the entire movie is on YouTube. I am not going to show it due to the boobage, but there is brief nudity. There's butt.
Yeah.
You get to see Grizzly Adams' butt?
No, the only nudity you get to see is the bitch mom.
Really? Not even the other girl?
Nope.
Seriously, just the bitch mom? Guys, I have a soundboard clip for this.
Your mother's a bitch.
Yeah, I know Emmy's gonna talk about the mom.
Susan.
Hey, Susan's here too. Emmy is not on camera, but you may be able to see her hand from time to time as she pans over. I guess she's not she didn't have enough time to prepare to be on camera, despite the fact this was her idea. But whatever, she was baking fudge all day, and Kat was crying and whatever. So we're gonna watch this trailer. Emmy can't hear anything, but she's seen the movie. She can probably tell what's happening.
Yeah, I just watched the movie yesterday.
We're just gonna quickly watch through this. It's about a minute 40. Let's go. AIP. So AIP, I don't even know what that stands for. Here we are. An innocent romp in the woods turns into a hellish nightmare when an evil force is accidentally awakened. Keep in mind, this is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
International Pictures presents the gruesome holiday shocker. Elves.
Elves.
They're not working for Santa anymore.
I had a rough day at work. Santa got murdered.
Face mom.
Their mission to mate with a virgin and conquer the world as a pint-sized master race.
Saving it for someone special.
A pint-sized master race. There he is.
So, this is a Christmas movie, and it is one of the greatest Christmas movies.
This might be the best Christmas movie, and the fact that it's not more well known is really sad.
I mean, I have to be fair, I said I was docking points from Christmas Vacation because a cat dies. And a cat dies in here.
Emmy can't watch that part though.
Yeah, I have to like mute that or fast forward through it.
Did they mention the Nazi connection yet? Oh, we almost had nudity in the trailer.
They're not working for Santa anymore.
Okay, we get it. So let's quickly talk about this movie. Why does Santa look like he's been in Escape from LA? Well, it's Dan Haggerty. He does sort of look like an old and bloated that guy from Kurt Russell. There you go. Who now looks like Dan Haggerty did 40 years ago.
Except he's probably slightly in better shape.
Oh yeah, no, he's a good looking dude. So elves, let's just find like the part where they say they're not working for Santa anymore. There we go, elves. So first issue with this title is that there is only one elf in the movie. One elf. It's called Elves. I guess they couldn't afford another puppet, so we just get the one. Do you have any brief notes?
I have the tagline from the box, which was the night before Christmas, and all through the town, bloodthirsty elves are about to get down.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody got that from the trailer, but so the elf, they weren't created by the Nazis. They have existed since time immemorial. And the Nazis believe that the elves are like the Ubermenschen, the master race, and they want to mate a virgin,
an
Aryan virgin. We'll get into that. Just with the elf on Christmas Eve. So that is the plot of the movie. A Nazi scientist wants to mate this elf creature with a Aryan virgin to create a pint-sized master race. That is the plot. This is a real movie that exists and was filmed and is available now to watch on YouTube. Some interesting parts about this. The master race, the Aryan virgin, is the product of incest between the Nazi mad scientist and his own daughter, who is the bitch mom.
Yes. So
okay.
I feel like because they want a pure Aryan.
Right.
So if he's having sex with his daughter to create this pure Aryan,
yeah.
The daughter should already be pure.
Well, nobody said that the idea was well thought out. Did you miss the part where the Nazis don't like to mix races? Listen, nobody said it was a great plot, but it does make for compelling cinema. They should remake this movie. Actually, no, it's perfect as it is. They don't need to touch this movie because they try to make it stupid.
And Christmas is in the plot.
Yes, so. The plot revolves around holy consummation on Christmas Eve. It's the most Christmas movie that you can possibly have, really. I mean, what could be more Christmas than this?
I don't know.
The Santa Claus. Some other movies we're going to be talking about later. I don't think so. Elves.
So, like, there are movies that take place on Christmas that you could take.
Oh yeah, people are like, oh, Die Hard is my favorite Christmas movie. No, fuck you. Watch Elves.
I mean, I was also thinking, although it doesn't make sense that people would be going home in Black Christmas, but you could take the Christmas out of Black Christmas.
Yeah, it's called Black Christmas, but Christmas doesn't really factor into the movie, right?
No, it just takes place.
It's okay. That's really stupid then. I guess they had to get people into the theater in the 70s, right?
It's like Christmas stuff happens in it, but if you took it out of the, like, it's not.
Yeah, it's not like the killer is dressed as Santa and like killing people with like gift bags or something.
I mean, I guess he could be dressed as Santa. We never seen.
Oh, that's what is an interesting choice. I guess it's kind of like Jaws.
I mean, that's part of what I like about the original, though.
You don't know who the killer is?
Because the remake is, I mean, it's also made by the Weinsteins.
Wait, the remake is?
Yes.
Ooh.
So,
Wait, which remake? Because there's two.
The 06 one.
The 2006 one. Okay, don't watch the 2006 one.
I mean, if you like...
If you like the Weinsteins, watch the 2006 one.
No, I was thinking because, like, Susan and me liked Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Oh God, really?
Because
what the fuck?
Because they liked
Susan. No.
They liked that it was like
a bunch of rednecks, white trash screaming at each other.
No,
Shut the fuck up.
I think they like the violence.
Oh, you like the hyper violence. You people, it's a sick world out there. There's a lot of sick people in it.
Hey, Susan is my bestie. You can't.
Yeah, and guess what? You guys both like the same stuff. What does that say about you?
But so
she watched the Terrifier movies the other day too.
No, I didn't.
I walked. They were on when I came home. Were you not? Would you just have?
I was with you. I put it on for Cat while I was gone.
Oh, she put on the Terrifier movie where Art the Clown murders people in very graphic ways for our cat, who is a child. Thanks. Yeah, that's what. No wonder he's being so fussy, because you traumatized him. Yeah.
But I'm saying it like the remake for Black Christmas is similar to that, where it's like
white trash screaming at each other.
They took something that didn't have, like, you knew nothing about the killer, and they're like, what if we make him
okay, all right. Yeah, that was the biggest issue with the Rob Zombie Halloween. It's like, we should know more. It's kind of a similar problem with the Grinch movie, the Jim Carrey Grinch movie. That also
might be part of what Susan and me like, that there was more backstory. Like, I'm fine not knowing.
We don't need to know why the Grinch hates Christmas.
No, I'm not talking about the Grinch.
I know, but I'm saying as an example of a movie that does the same thing, that is inferior to the original, we learn why the Grinch hates Christmas. In the book, it is clearly stated no one knew why the Grinch hated Christmas, but in the movie, they're just like, oh, this is why he hates Christmas, because 30 years ago we like made fun of him. All right. Do you have any things you want to talk about with Elves specifically? Because we got two more movies we got to get through tonight.
Well, I didn't make any notes for the other movie.
I know, but I'm sure I can. I watched these more recently, so I have a lot of stuff to talk about. And I'm sure some of the nice people out there watching have seen these other two movies because they just came out this year.
Well, I guess if you want to skip Elves, you were the one that wanted.
Oh no, I would never want to skip Elves.
Like, I have like pages of notes.
Okay, well, we don't want to go through the whole pages. Are there any like specific things you want to call out? Like the where
I mean, there's the bitch mom.
Okay, yes, there is the bitch mom who is the product, or who's raped by her own father to conceive this Aryan virgin girl,
but
or whatever.
I'm gonna call BS on that because a similar thing happens in Hack-O-Lantern, and the mom in there is not a bitch to her kids.
That's true. They look very similar, don't they? They're like blonde and.
I would say.
And they got big boobs.
Like,
oh my god, we didn't even talk about the pervert kid. Guys, some of you may know this sound clip. I'm gonna play it quickly, if I can find it.
Dad, you've got fucking big tits, and I'm gonna tell everybody I saw.
That's this movie. So this little kid is peeping on his sister, and she's taking a bath or a shower or something. Yeah. and he sees her naked, and she comes out, and she's like, "Are you spying on me?" And he's like, "Yeah, you got big tits, and I'm gonna touch them, or whatever. I'm gonna tell everybody I saw them." And it's probably the greatest line in cinema history. Because it's this little, like, 8-year-old kid saying this, and it's hilarious.
And then she's like, "I'm your fucking sister."
Yeah. Pervert. Yeah, but I mean, the whole family's fucked up. Susan, you might love this, because you like that Rob Zombie Halloween stuff. That's the same stuff. They're all shouting at each other, and... What are you laughing at now? Emmy's, like, going nuts over here. You guys are missing it. She's, like, dying laughing, because this movie is so good.
Well, Susan, I was contemplating making you and V watch this with me when I rewatched it.
Yeah, get on the Discord. We're gonna watch this.
But I didn't. I went for Black Christmas.
Okay. All right.
But I don't know, like, it's just the weirdest movie. And I like it, but I don't like it.
It's the best Christmas movie.
It is, but it doesn't change the fact that it's weird.
It is weird, but that's what makes it so interesting. Like, you can make a weird movie, you can make a Christmas movie, but when you make a weird Christmas movie and you knock it out of the park like this, because we've seen other weird Christmas movies, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't actually watched them. I'm like Two Front Teeth, or
I would classify,
or who was the like lady reindeer? When all you okay. So, we got to go on off on a tangent here. So, and we'll actually, you know what? We'll save that for when we get to our third movie.
Okay.
Because that's more appropriate. But just be aware, we've got something to say about that. And then the other great scene in this movie is Dan Haggerty is driving his car. He reaches like under the glove box or under the dashboard or something. Yeah. And he finds a bomb in his car.
It falls out.
Oh, it falls out from under the dashboard.
Because I think he's like opening the glove box or something. And it
okay.
Out.
And so he sees this bomb and he like dives out of his car, and the car keeps going and then explodes. And then somebody comes up to him. Is this the part where he like grabs the guy? Yeah. He grabs this guy who's just come up to him after his car exploded, and he's like, "Are you a goddamn Nazi or something? Is that elf yours?" And it's wonderful. Pure cinema. I don't know why Dan Haggerty wasn't in more movies. He's a very... I mean, he was in Repo Jake.
Yes, Minnesota.
Where he gets soup in his beard, and it's hilarious. Does he play a Santa in that too?
I don't think so.
What? He's like a security guard, or he's like a... He's a repo man. Oh my god. Why? He's a security... He's a mall Santa. Was he a security guard?
We've been going for what, like 15 minutes, and Star's already embarrassed himself.
No, it's fine. It's fine. There's too many movies. I've never seen Grizzly Adams, so I don't know.
Like, what was he? It's like he's a repo man.
But I thought he was something else before that.
I mean, probably.
Because he was a detective in this movie, and then he became a mall Santa. But I don't know if he was like working security or something. Okay, Emmy just watched it.
He was a detective. He got fired for being a detective.
Because he's a loose cannon.
Because he's an alcoholic. So he became mall security. Then he lost his job as a mall security guy.
For being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And then he comes back as a mall Santa.
Well, then he like comes back, he's like, "I'm clean now." And they're like, "That's great.
Allegedly.
Do you want some free coffee?" He's like, "No, I can get my own coffee. What I need is a job." And then at first they're like, "Well, we can't help you." And then they come back after the mall Santa dies, and they're like, "You can be the new mall Santa."
Yeah. Our last mall Santa died under mysterious circumstances. After you asked to be the mall Santa, do you want to be the mall Santa?
And the mall Santa dies because the main girl,
he's like sexually harassing.
Her and her friends go see Santa, and she sits on his lap, and then he starts like sexually harassing her.
As one does, as a mall Santa.
And then he got in trouble with the guy who owns the department store. Okay. And he went in the back room, and then the elf is like, "You sexually harassed my lady that the Nazis made for me. I'm gonna stab you in the dick until you die."
Right, because he's so short. Like that's the as far high up as he can
this
reach.
is another thing. I made a note of this.
Okay.
Because they keep saying that this elf is 2 feet tall.
Okay, let me find like the best picture we have of him.
And there is no way he's gotta, because he looks like he comes up to at least their waist.
So here's the best footage we can get of this creature. Obviously, it's in like 100p or something. It's very blurry. But this is, they haven't. This has not been HD re-released, guys. Come on.
It's never been on
It's a
DVD.
VHS rip from 1992.
It's never been on DVD or Blu-ray.
So this is the highest quality feature.
I mean, they show him better in the one I watched yesterday.
Okay. Well, maybe it's just the trailer that's real bad. Okay.
He kind of looks like Butthead.
He does have a Butthead look about him. Yeah, so this, I don't know if they like stole this prop from another movie, like a fantasy movie, and they're like, oh, we got this elf it's not even a costume. It's like a bust. It's because it's not really a puppet either. They can barely move. It's just like a little plastic thing. They hold up the bust on camera and they're like moving him around like a Muppet, but not as good because his mouth doesn't move. So yeah, maybe they stole this from another fantasy movie, or maybe they got Rick Baker like, hey, we want to do this elves movie, and he's like, all right, I can make an elf, and then he quoted them what it would be, and they were like, can you just make one? And yeah, there we go. Okay, do you have anything else you want to say, Emmy?
I do want to mention when the granddaughter finds out that her grandpa is also her dad.
Yep.
Like, the bitch mom goes, the guy in the study is your grandfather and your father, and they have a literal dun-dun.
They put the stinger in there. Huh? Okay, all right, I like it.
And also, at the end, when the elf, he's like getting ready to do foreplay on this.
Yeah, he's prepared to copulate. Yeah. All right.
And he's like getting on top of her and fingering her or whatever.
Or something. We don't know. We don't see anything because you can't see below his...
And then...
The shoulders there.
He sees a bug on the floor, on the ground. And he stops what he's doing to grab the bug. And then he's about to eat it. And then he's like, oh no, I'm going to be a gentleman. I'm going to offer.
Right. He tries to feed the girl the bug. This is a Christmas movie, by the way, chat. If in case this wasn't clear.
And then at the end, they destroy the elf.
How? I forget how they destroy the elf.
This stupid grandpa had this stupid giant like gem.
Fuck? Like
this giant red gem, like the size of your bean.
Oh, okay, sure. That's
and Grizzly Adams, Santa, gives it to the pervert kid. He's like, while he's bleeding out on the floor, he's like, I'm dying, give this to your sister.
Okay.
And then pervert kid goes out in the woods where the elf and the daughter are. He's like, here, I'm supposed to give this to you. And then she like stabs it into the ground. And then the like elf just turns into fireworks.
What a terrible ending.
But then, so you think they destroyed the elf. He did not, we do not see him do anything to impregnate this girl. But somehow she is still pregnant because it ends on like a picture of like a fetus.
To be continued. We're gonna get elves too.
So then like, but the credits, like right before the credits roll, we see like this fetus, you know, like an ultrasound thing. And then credits roll, so I guess he didn't have to have sex with her.
I guess, you know, just like touching, heavy petting is good enough to for the elf creature here.
Yeah, so that's profoundly sad.
Yeah, they need to redo this movie. They need to remake
you just
it.
Said they didn't have to.
No, they should. Now that you've reminded me of the ending, they really need to like take another look at this, because this could be such an awesome movie with like modern special effects.
You could get Kurt Russell.
You could get Kurt Russell to play the Dan Haggerty character. Yeah, that'd be great. All right. Is that everything we got?
I mean, it's not all of my notes.
I know,
but I feel like
the highlights. We got a lot of movies to get through tonight.
Yeah, I was glad when the bitch mom died.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think they showed it in the trailer. He threw a toaster into the bathtub or something.
I think it's a TV or maybe it's a toaster. I don't remember.
I mean, something that would be in a bathroom, but I don't know.
They say, because people keep saying your stepmom, and she's like, no, it's my mom. And they're like, she's too young to be your mom. It's like, well, she had me when she was 16. And so that would make her, like, at most, if this chick was 17, which I don't know if she was, that would make the mom, like, 33.
Right? That's how the math works.
And the lady playing her is, like, in her fucking 50s.
Yeah, that's not great.
And she does not look young either, so everybody being like, your mom is...
So, yeah, we gotta do some casting work when we do the remake for Elves. I wonder who owns the rights. I bet we could get them for real cheap.
Instead of... Because I feel like Kurt Russell probably still makes decent movies.
That's true, yeah. He doesn't want to be in Elves 2027.
Let's get Chris Evans to play.
Yeah, he'll be perfect. Good news, you won't have to work with The Rock. The elf will be played by Scarlett Johansson. We'll put her in makeup, yeah. You won't even know it's her. She'll be uncredited.
But yeah, that's, I think, the main points.
Also, we'll have more than one elf. How about that?
Okay.
Like, we'll have like a bunch of elves and they're all working together. Okay, yeah, Emmy's agreeing with me. That's fine. All right, let's go to our next movie. This is Dear Santa. Oh my god, HD. You can actually see things. So let's take a look here.
Every Christmas, something magical happens.
Dear Santa.
When a kid
Dear Santa. So this movie is called Dear Santa.
Santa.
Is a crappy
Uh-oh. Oh, it's that letter's going straight North Lope. I didn't even see that part. There he is.
Oh, that's putrid.
Thank you.
What do you want?
You summoned me.
This chubby little kid is great.
In the movies, the reindeer usually have the antlers, not you.
Kid, are you high?
This is great. Wait, I didn't know that the guys who made Dumb and Dumber did this.
You, my friend, are getting 3 wishes.
You mean like a genie?
They stole that from me. By the way, after you make your wishes, I'm taking your soul.
What?
You ain't never had a friend like me. Okay, that I may have stolen from Aladdin. Now we're even.
That's fair.
Let me show you a few of the things.
So this Christmas they're referencing is actually this Christmas. Actually, a couple weeks ago.
Post Malone.
Oh my god, it's Post Malone. Yeah, Post Malone is in this movie a lot.
Look, I'm worried Santa's going to trick
It's
me.
and also it's so many people in this movie. It's great.
We believe you.
I don't know. Are the parents famous people? I can't tell.
I mean, I knew the mom from the Exorcist TV show.
Oh, okay.
She's famous.
Oh yeah.
That kid's incorruptible.
What about doing something out of kindness?
I don't even know what you just said. I mean, I know all the words, but I just
Oh,
never heard them in that order.
$12 for a corn dog? Really? All right, Rilip is asking how Dear Santa is. We're about to talk about it.
You know this man?
I'm his uncle.
Oh,
Peter.
and then, this fucking guy.
Talking to me like that.
That doesn't sound right.
Maybe, I don't know if maybe Stu's still here, but it's the teacher from Teen Witch.
It kind of is, yeah. It's a similar type of character.
The pleasure was mine.
All right, so the movie is called Dear Santa. Jack Black plays the devil. Do we want to get into spoilers here? I guess yeah. Fuck it. If you have not seen this movie yet,
I mean, ask Rillup if he wants spoilers.
okay, Rillup, it's good. I think you'll still enjoy it, even if you kind of know a little bit of the twists and turns.
It's really silly.
It is. You know, it's a solid movie. It's a feel good Christmas movie. Jack Black is being funny. It's family friendly.
But yeah, Jack Black
Unlike
is
elves.
just playing himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jack Black. He's being Jack Black. I think it's probably better than the Minecraft movie is going to be.
Yeah.
Obviously we haven't seen the Minecraft movie yet. It's not out yet. I don't know if I'll even watch it. I mean, obviously we're not going to go to the theater to watch Minecraft, but maybe I'll watch it when it comes to streaming in like a week. What was that movie that just came out that went. It like it did terribly, and then it now it's on streaming. I feel like I just read something on Reddit about it, but whatever. Anyway, so really, Dear Santa is good if you got Paramount Plus. You can watch it. If not, I wouldn't go out of your way to find it. So yeah, Dear Santa. Jack Black is playing the devil, or spoilers, he's not the devil. He's just a low-level demon who is operating on Earth on behalf of the actual devil, played by my man Ben Stiller, who looks great as a Satan. Speaking of which, I just watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty today. That movie's pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be the way that it was, and the guy from Parks and Rec is in there. Actually, two people. There's probably multiple people from Parks and Rec. But that's where now we're getting off topic here.
Specific for me.
I don't remember everybody's names. But the point is, Dear Santa is solid. The little chubby kid is pretty good. His friend has these horrible fake teeth.
Okay, so that's a thing for me. This kid has like really.
They can't see what you're doing with your hands.
I know, but
I'll mimic you. I'll pantomime.
Like he's got these really obvious fake teeth in because he's got like an overbite.
Yeah, okay.
And they make fun of how big his teeth are, and then he has an overbite, and then when his teeth get fixed,
yeah,
his real teeth are also like bigger than average.
He's just a goofy looking kid.
Yeah,
why you gotta be like that?
And then he's got an overbite, so I feel like them saying they're making fun of it. Like, was it nice? They're like, oh, his teeth look so much better now. And yeah, they did. But his teeth still looked a little awkward, and I'm
okay,
like,
all right.
I'm like, now I feel like you guys were just being a dick, making fun of it.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Like, no, but we're gonna make you wear these teeth, so it's okay.
So, in addition to Jack Black, we've also got Post Malone, who is in the movie for an extended sequence where they're at a Post Malone concert, which is pretty good, I guess. I'm not like a big Post Malone fan or anything. I don't hate him, but I also don't really listen to his music. I've heard some of it. It sounds good. Emmy, do you have any?
I don't really.
I did not. I had no idea. I didn't watch the trailer for this one. I just heard that it was about a kid who tries to send a letter to Santa, but it goes to Satan instead. So I was not expecting Post Malone to show up. I wasn't expecting Key and/or Peele. Which one is that?
It was Key.
That's Key, who was also in the Mario movie, right?
Yeah. He played Toad.
He played Toad. Sequel for that's coming out. I'm gonna have to watch it. And you said the mom is from the Exorcist TV show?
Yeah, she played the lesbian daughter.
She played the lesbian daughter, you say? So are they like slut lesbians or?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
She's the one that the mom thinks is possessed because she's bitchy.
Well, I mean,
because her like girlfriend died or whatever.
Ugh, get over it.
And so she's the one.
Which season is this?
This is the first one. This is Reagan's daughter. We found.
Oh, spoilers for the Exorcist, the terrible Exorcist
that came
TV
out
show.
Like 6 years ago.
That apparently came out 6 years ago.
Actually,
that no one
it
heard
came out
of.
16. It came out longer than
8 years ago now.
But so Reagan calls the priest, is like, my daughter's possessed. Come over here. And that's the other daughter that's possessed.
Oh.
That girl's just bitchy because her like girlfriend died.
Sure, yeah.
And so that was kind of weird.
So looking at this still of Jack Black, this is just what Jack Black looks like. Like
Yeah.
they probably gave him some clothes to wear, but they didn't have to do any makeup or anything. This is just how he looks now. He's got the big beard. I think he looks like that in the Minecraft trailer, right?
So he had to grow it for play Steve.
Oh, you think this is like, hey, I'm doing the Minecraft movie. I kind of look like a Satan, don't I? Can we maybe put something together? I got an idea. And then they just put it out on Paramount Plus. You know who's doing the Minecraft movie actually? Let me look it up real quick.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna say that this kid is like really upset that his letter went to Satan.
Yeah.
But like Satan apparently has genie rules, like you get 3 wishes, and the wishes are apparently looser than Aladdin.
Sure, yeah.
Like genie rules because he brings somebody back from the dead.
Yeah, that I think the ending was a bit of a cop out, honestly.
So,
we'll get into that in a few minutes here.
But this kid's really upset, and I'm like, I don't know. I was thinking while I was watching, I would be fine with it.
I think the point is
deal.
that he is not interested in selfish wishes. So when Jack Black character offers 3 wishes and he's like, I don't need 3 wishes. No. I'm like, I just want the one. And Jack Black's like, well, no, you got to do all 3 and then I'm gonna take your soul. But he doesn't like wish for wealth or power because he's like a good kid. He wishes, I guess the first one is kind of selfish.
Yeah, he wants the girl to give him a chance.
Yeah, he just wants he wants to go on a date with this girl. And so Jack Black conspires to have the Post Malone concert happen and get him free tickets and get the girl in there with him.
I think the funny part about that though is later Jack Black is in his hotel room.
Yeah.
Watching TV.
Okay.
And like the news is talking about Post Malone checking himself into like rehab.
Right, because he like blacked out for the duration of the wish and put on a full concert without his knowledge.
And then he woke up and he was like, oh my god, like
yeah, what just happened? He was possessed by the devil. His second wish is, I want to fix my friend's teeth because he looks horrible, as Emmy mentioned. And then what was his third wish? Was like, I wish my parents would love each other again or something to that effect.
He doesn't want his parents to get divorced and go back to loving each other.
Okay.
But they didn't, spoiler, they didn't stop loving each other. They just were fighting.
They're having they're having a difficult time because their other kid died, this kid's little brother. And so I guess more spoilers. We've been in spoilers the whole time. I don't think anybody cares about this movie enough. It's not Signs or anything. Or what's that other movie? The Sixth Sense.
Infinity War.
It's not Infinity War. Oh my, yeah, don't spoil Infinity War. Guys, the good guys win. So this kid's only wish, when he sent his letter to Santa, the actual wish was, I wish my little brother was alive. And at the end of the movie, I guess like demonic magic or something has brought this kid back from the dead. And I'm like, that's kind of a cop-out. Like, I don't want to... Like, it's a nice gesture. It's, like, heartwarming, blah, blah, blah. I don't like movies, like, when they end like that. It's like, if someone's dead, they're dead. And if you bring them back, it's gonna, like... Well, Emmy was saying Pet Cemetery rules. Like, he came back wrong or something, but it seemed fine.
I mean, he did seem fine. I think it should have been Pet Cemetery.
I think the biggest issue is it, like, rewrites the parents, basically everyone else's memory that, oh, the kid never died to begin with.
Except it doesn't rewrite everybody's memories, because the friend who got fixed, he's like, look, I talked the girl that you like.
she wants to talk about your dead brother.
Yeah, like,
he's like, oh, and he's not dead anymore.
She was mad at you, but I talked her into giving you a third chance.
Right.
I told her you had a dead brother.
Rilip is saying ending. I'm saying ending too happy, murder the kid. No, the kid was already dead. There's no murder happening. I'm just saying the Satan Santa should have said, listen.
It should have been like genie rules.
Well, no. I think the message of the movie should have been, it sucks that your brother died, or it sucks when people die, but you got to go on living your own life and finding your own purpose. Like, I can't bring your brother back, but you can, carry on his memory and, move on with your life. I think that's a better ending for me personally, but this is probably more enjoyable for anyone who's, I don't know, had that kind of personal tragedy in their life.
Another issue I had, and maybe this is just me, I wish the kids were like a little bit older. Because the kids are like 11 and they're like going on dates.
They do
and,
talk
like,
a little, they're a little
about
mature
making out.
For what they
and
look
I'm
like.
It was a little uncomfortable for me.
You probably could have bumped them up into high school.
Well, maybe not even necessarily high school, but they could have been like 13, 14, where them like having a kiss is like a little more
a
realistic.
little less.
Because the whole thing is, oh, he's too old to be believing in Santa anyway, so like,
yeah,
why
that's
not
it. Rides
just
this weird line where it's like, kids gotta be the right age to believe in Santa, but also, you know, you can't make him too young, but you can't make him too old. So
yeah, I
agree.
wish, because I'm like, because I was even thinking, I'm like, Harry Potter, they didn't start having that stuff till like 4th year.
Yeah, that's true. The snogging comes out in full force in whichever movie.
Like, well, they start having the crushes and stuff in the 4th one.
Sure. Well, Ginny's like obsessed with Harry in the second book.
Yeah, I know, but like, well, I'm thinking like where, like they're actually going on dates.
Sure, okay.
And kissing and stuff.
It's like Cat brought Mr. Pillow over by you.
It's
very cute.
Hi to him.
Okay.
But so that was like my thing. I was like, I wish they were all like a little bit older, because they already mentioned that this kid's too old to be believing in Santa.
Right.
So it's like, why not bump him up an extra couple of years?
Like, I would say he's 11. I think that's probably about the limit of where you can still believe in Santa, and then
But then there's also the reveal later that like he didn't actually believe in Santa, but he was like, well, what if he does exist?
that's interesting. I think this movie desperately needed like a god character to show up and be like, hey kid, I saw that you were tempted by the devil, and you have a good heart, so I'm going to make your life right. Like, you've been a good kid. Kid should be older, but it was the younger brother's letter from before he died. Well, yeah, but why would the younger brother write a letter to Santa to bring his brother back when his brother's alive?
I think
Really, you gotta
saying,
watch the movie.
I think Rilip's saying like it could be something that the younger brother wanted. It doesn't necessarily have to be.
Oh, so it wouldn't be his wish. He's like, like you're saying they find a letter from the kid, and then like, he doesn't like open it or anything and read it. He just drops it in the thing. But it says "Dear Satan," so.
Well, he wrote the envelope though. He could have found the letter.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, there's probably some like shenanigans.
I mean, I don't know if that's really what Rilip was saying. That's like my
interpretation. Okay. So this movie very much gives me like tangentially Little Nicky vibes, if you've seen that. It's an Adam Sandler movie where Adam Sandler plays the son of the devil.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Because you downed that whole thing of wine. Holy moly. Yeah, this movie desperately needed some kind of angelic force to show up, or like the voice of God, I think would have been interesting. Instead, you just have little brother back from the dead via satanic magic or something.
Or you could have had him get corrupted. Well,
he kind of did.
But I mean, like, where one of his wishes was more selfish.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he made pretty selfless wishes the whole time. Okay, go to the bathroom. Nobody can hear you from that distance. All right, so does anybody have any questions about this movie before we move on to our third and final film of the evening, where we get to talk about the true star of the holidays this year? I guess obviously none of you have seen the movie, so none of you have anything to say, and Emmy's gone. So yeah, Dear Santa, it's on Paramount Plus. Rilip said he sold his soul for half a Snickers and thus was able to get his brother back. What? Ugh. Well, whatever. Rilip's trying to say something, but it doesn't make any sense. He sold his soul for half a Snickers and thus was able to get his brother back. But the kid, if he got his Snickers, why would he get the brother back? He sold his soul to get his... Oh wait, why didn't he just wish for that at the end? I guess because Jack Black did tell him he couldn't rewind, he couldn't like change the past. But then he did, kind of. Maybe not really. Susan is not a big movie fan. Okay. Yeah, me neither, really. I watched all of these movies and I'm like, I understand that I watched the movie and I remember being like occupied, maybe slightly entertained, and then, but I'm not like, oh, this is a masterpiece. I don't think I've ever seen a movie where I'm like, this is a masterpiece. You could probably put me in front of a movie that other people say is a masterpiece, and I'll say, yeah, this is about the same as Jurassic World or whatever. Rilip, what do you think? You're more of a movie guy than me. What do you say is a masterpiece movie? Or if I watched it, I would be like, wow, this is incredible. This is such a good movie. Because I watched the Mario movie and I said that. So clearly something, my meter is broken on what constitutes a good movie. The part at the end of the Mario movie where Mario and Luigi touch the superstar and go, they get the invincibility power up and just stomp Jack Black as Bowser is awesome. Highlight of the movies of like the last however many years. Very cool. They should make a Pac-Man movie. That could be the ending for that too. Pac-Man eats the super pill and then eats all the ghosts. All right, well, while Rilip is thinking about that, we're going to move on to our third trailer. We've watched this one on stream before. This is also the longest trailer for some reason. I don't know what the problem was. Like, they couldn't figure it out. So here we go. This is Red One from MGM.
497, 498, 499.
Okay, so we got The Rock, we got J.K. Simmons as Santa.
Looking strong, Nick.
Okay, yep.
Red One is on the move.
So, they're the reindeer. Okay, we got to talk about the reindeer after the trailer's over. This is the first thing we got to talk about.
Chris Evans.
No, Chris Evans hasn't showed up yet.
Who's with Red?
Reach! Someone took Nick.
Someone took Santa Claus. Santa Claus has been kidnapped, chat. Oh, there he is. It's Chris Evans. And also, who is that? Lucy Liu?
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Okay. There he is. They boxed him up.
Last night, Red One, also known as St. Nicholas of Myra, was abducted from the
Myra's in Turkey, by the way.
Are you saying
I think.
Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
Garcia?
Yeah. The Marvel, like,
You can't trust this guy.
you're telling me somebody kidnapped Santa Claus? He's right behind me, isn't he?
Level 4 naughty lister. A level
Yeah.
4 naughty lister.
Chris Evans is on the naughty list.
You're gonna help us find Nick.
And Emmy really enjoyed the Polar Bear Man.
Yeah, we needed more of him.
Grab a car. For what?
He's got Ant-Man powers.
A Wonder Woman action figure, do you?
It's not how it works. Come on.
Whee!
There is much in here that is not of the natural world.
They got the Headless Horseman. They got They got what? Oh, Krampus. Yeah, Krampus is here. I mean, this is basically the whole movie. You don't need to watch the movie if you watch the trailer. Yeah, they go to somewhere, some kind of island somewhere.
There's worse ways to go out than trying to save Santa Claus.
Oh boy. They got their yep, Carol of the Bells here. Oh, they got the snowmen. The Snow Goons from Calvin and Hobbes. Snowman.
That was so disturbing.
That, yeah, we got to talk about that line too. So I remember when we watched this, this was a couple months ago. Rilip, I think you brought it up, and then I watched it. I'm like, I want to see this movie. And then I did see the movie.
What the line was.
What?
So I didn't think
You, oh, it's, yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Only in theaters, my ass. I guess it was in theaters for like a month and then, or maybe 2 weeks, and now it's on streaming. What was it on?
It was on Prime. I had to borrow Dylan's.
It's on Prime. Okay, so let's find a good screen grab here. We just gotta. Where's the part? Oh, here we go. Where the snowman gets up.
Well, yeah, you only know about this movie because of Rip.
Yeah, thanks, Rilip, for. Okay.
That was so disturbing.
Perfect. That's exactly what we need. So the line where Chris Evans says that was so disturbing.
Oh.
That has nothing to do with the snowman. This was cut They cut the trailer in such a way as to make it seem like he says that about the snow goons. He's talking about something else, which we will talk about. I guess they didn't reveal the villain in the trailer, which is surprising. You might think it's Krampus.
Yeah, that's probably what they wanted you to think.
So they do go to Krampus's lair. But let's start at the beginning. So at the very beginning of the movie, little Chris Evans, it's not obviously it's a little chubby chubby kid is playing the Chris Evans character, and he doesn't believe in Santa, and he's like showing where the parents keep all the presents. And this is always gonna be a problem for any movie where Santa Claus is real, is that if parents know that Santa is bringing presents, why are they buying and hiding presents from their kids?
In case their kid's on the naughty list.
Okay, well, if they keep getting presents, they're gonna not gonna know they're on the naughty list. Okay, all right.
Live in a world where Donald Trump gave presents.
36 last year. There were 37. So they do that, and then they flash forward. Chris Evans he has an ex-wife.
No.
What? No? He has a kid.
He says this later.
Okay.
When he's talking to The Rock.
Yeah.
Because I thought she was an ex-wife too.
Okay, I think Kat wants to come down on the desk. You gotta move your wine. Come on, buddy. You want to be on stream? It does say just catting, so you're allowed to come on today. You want to pick him up and put him on stream? He's just okay. This is weird.
But he tells The Rock's character, he's like, "We didn't go out or anything. We just hooked up."
Oh, so he's extra naughty, is what you're telling me. Wow. Oh, he's getting scooped. He's getting picked up, guys. He's gonna be on camera, and he's gonna leave now. So, he's doing like he gets hired to do a job. He's like an Ant-Man character. He does heists. He's the Paul Rudd of this universe. So he gets hired to do a job where essentially he's getting the geographic data of Santa Claus's secret North Pole lair, which is like Wakanda meets Asgard from the MCU.
Yeah.
And then the bad guys break into the North Pole and kidnap Santa, or appear to kidnap Santa, which is where you've got The Rock saying like, "Oh my God, they got Nick. We got to get eyes on these people. They're escaping." And then they track down Chris Evans because he's the one who got the data for the villain, and they're like, "Hey, you got to work for us because you're a naughty lister, and we'll double how much you were getting paid to help us recover."
He's a level 4.
He's a level 4 naughty lister, yeah. And so they're gonna pay him to recover Santa Claus, to find Santa Claus. So he has to work with The Rock, which from what I understand was very difficult for everybody on set, because I guess he's a huge asshole or something.
And obviously this is gonna be the case. But I watched, because they have like 2 special features for this, and I watched them, and one of them was like Chris Evans and The Rock working together, and it's like them talking about how great working with the other one was.
Oh.
But I mean, obviously,
sure it was.
even if it's like,
I mean, they're not gonna put out a special feature
Yeah.
where it's like, "Man, that guy's a fucking asshole. I hated making this shit."
I know, well, that's what I'm saying.
It's not like that Star Wars documentary where it's like George Lucas and nobody knows what the hell they're doing with the prequels. And
well, yeah, George Lucas to make this movie, or otherwise maybe that would have been.
Yeah, they would never make that kind of stuff today. It's all PR speak. We're okay. So yeah, Chris Evans has to team up with The Rock to save Christmas by rescuing Santa Claus from his kidnapper. So the villain of the story is, I don't know if this is a real mythical person. It's the Christmas Witch. What was her name? Grilla, the Christmas Witch, who may or may not
I feel like
exist.
Some people pronounced it different because it was
Gryla.
But yeah, I think most people
Let me look it up.
Grilla.
Okay, in Icelandic folklore, so this is not the Christmas cat.
Yule cat.
Yule cat, whatever.
That's
Grilla is a monstrous entity who lives in the wilderness of Iceland. The name Grilla is first attested in medieval sources. Blah blah blah. And then she's the villain. I don't know that this is like a like mainstream character.
That was the most sad part of the movie, was there was no Yule Cat.
There was no Yule Cat. I'm sorry, nobody knows about Yule Cat except for you.
Rilip knew about Yule Cat when I brought him up.
Rilip wants to know if anybody has seen that D&D bit. What?
No, but I want to now.
What D&D bit? Okay, anyway, so Grilla, the Christmas witch, who wants to punish all the people of the world. She's basically Robo Santa from Futurama. She thinks everybody is naughty and wants to kill everyone. Is that right? Or does she only want to punish the naughty kids?
She only wants to punish the people that have ever been on the naughty
Oh, okay.
list.
So basically everyone needs to get punished. And so she has kidnapped Santa for his powers, because I guess he has like magical powers, because this is the MCU now. He has superpowers. So she drains his powers to put them into magical snow globes to trap people in them for eternity for being naughty.
And she's played by the chick that played Sabrina in the Netflix show, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
What the fuck? Nobody knows what that is. Is she in anything else? Let me look it up.
To say she is, I don't remember what. Oh, she was in Long Legs.
Nobody has seen Long Legs either. Let me look it up.
My point is,
oh, Bonnie Hunt. She's in
that
stuff.
they play her, which I guess she is technically an adult. They play her like she's really hot, but then she's in a movie with a bunch of like 40-plus-year-olds. And I feel like she's way younger than
all right.
them.
So Captain Grasowicz and Rilip have said that there's a D&D group called Legends of Evantris that did a Christmas session, and Grilla came up, which the party completely derailed by insisting there was a gorilla. That sounds awful. You posted a clip. You suspect I'll laugh? You wanna put some money on that?
Oh.
Have you seen this?
No.
Why are you
But
tapping
I have an idea. If they make you laugh, you have to eat a bean like the original You Laugh.
How long is this clip? Because if it's too long, I'm just gonna laugh because it's so long and I'm getting
And
bored.
I'll eat one too if you want.
I bet you just eat a bean. Oh my god. Is this a fucking short? He sent a short in.
I mean, I won't be able to
hold on,
watch it, so
I gotta open up this clip now. Okay, no, it's not a short, it's just filmed vertically for some reason. Okay, let me put this on, I guess. Guys, you have to understand, I find anything Dungeons and Dragons related horribly off-putting. So I probably will just be frustrated at this more than anything.
You don't have to eat a bean.
Okay, yeah, well then I guess I won't. So let me watch this stupid clip.
Children have been going missing. It could be Gorilla of the Woods.
There's a wild gorilla on the loose.
I'm not saying gorilla, I'm saying grilla.
Is it a charcoal gorilla or a propane gorilla?
Story goes that she eats children.
You probably shouldn't let us in if children are going missing. We're just gonna make it worse. Now she's extra dangerous because she's using gorilla tactics.
I fear the Winter Queen might not show up for the crowning.
Yes, and also I think there's gonna be a gorilla. Was that the gorilla on the loose?
It's not gorilla!
I hate to tell you this, but Grilla.
Grilla? Grilla?
Okay, thanks for that, Rilip. I will not be eating a bean tonight because that was horribly embarrassing.
Well, I tried, guys.
Oh no, I knew I wasn't gonna laugh as soon as I said it was a D&D thing. I have to hear about D&D every week from my man-baby coworker who loves D&D, and every time I hear about it, I just have to think, please either stop playing or play a different game or play with other people, because every week it's some new nightmare about how the horrible depths that his DM has sunk into in not being able to run the game properly, and I'm just completely done with D&D and maybe tabletop role-playing games in general. Okay, Well, there you go. I didn't laugh. Sorry, guys.
You have to play Call of Cthulhu with me at some point.
Yeah,
so.
I'll run
Well,
Call of Cthulhu. I say like probably. With the right group, I would be willing to run or play a game, but I am fed up with the shenanigans. Maybe I take my role playing a little too seriously for everybody. I like all the laughing and like joking about the name is very disrespectful to the dungeon master who's trying to put in a lot of work to run this game. I know you guys, all you fucking players out there, you're like, oh, it's funny. No, it's not funny. She put a lot of work putting this campaign together, and you guys are derailing it every chance you get, and you fucking suck.
Says the guy that made a character named Sirloin of Beef.
Sirloin of Beef was because it's a joke. He is himself. He's making a joke. That wasn't his real name. He showed up at this place. He showed up at the Lizard King's palace, and they're like, "Oh, who are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a Sirloin of Beef. I'm a big nobleman from up north. You gotta let me in." And they're like, "Oh, Sirloin, welcome. Tell us about this land of beef." It was great. Captain Sandwich's that name is amazing. So I don't want to hear about it. I can be funny. You guys can laugh at my jokes, but you can't derail my campaign.
I never derailed.
I'm not saying you did. I'm saying you can't do it. All right. I did a lot of like punny names or like inside jokes in that campaign. You remember the Bloodlock?
Yeah.
You remember the Riders on the Storm and the Lizard King? Okay, well, I can do that because it's my game. You remember Alonzo Tigerheart?
I came up
I know
with
you
that
did,
name.
but I helped you with that. Anyway, the point is, Grilla is the villain, and she is played by, we got sidetracked here, Kiernan Shipka is an American actress.
Oh,
she was on Mad Men.
Yeah, she was in Legend of
She was in, oh god, she voiced Genora. Wait a minute, really?
I guess I didn't know that.
That was 20 years ago. She was much younger, I suppose. Yeah. And then most recently she was on The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina,
which is what I was talking about.
She was in Twisters. Well, let me see. The Last Showgirl, which has nothing to do with Showgirl. She was in Longlegs, like you said. She was on Riverdale as Sabrina Spellman. Wait a minute. Is that a crossover with Sabrina and Riverdale? That's kind of funny. Okay, well, whatever. The point is, and Captain Sandwich says, reminds me of the D&D character that was a literal bear. I hate that story so much. Have you heard this story?
No.
Okay, so there was some it's like a 4chan thing.
Okay.
And somebody made a character in D&D that was a just a bear, like a literal bear, but had stats or had like the bluff skill that was so high they could convince every other character that they were a nobleman, despite the fact they could not speak common and they could just like grunt and growl. But because their bluff skill was so high, I rolled a nat 20. So that means that I automatically seduce the dragon. No, fuck you. Read the rules. It's not how that works. Anyway, back to Red One. You guys are gonna piss me off tonight talking about D&D. It's just every time I watch, I hear any story about that doesn't start with. So my DM had put together this incredible campaign where we were traveling all over the continent, trying to track down this big bad evil guy. It's always some stupid crap where it's like, oh, well, you know, one of the characters didn't know what a gazebo was, so he attacked the gazebo because he thought it was a monster. Oh! Emmy's dying laughing about this. That's funny once. And then you never play with that person again. Okay. Then they go talk to Krampus, and Krampus is something. Captain Sandwich says I gotta find the right group. Yeah, no, I know, you're right. I don't like the groups where people goof around, but the problem is that's every group that I've ever played with. Somebody always wants to goof around. It's very difficult trying to be a serious role-playing game player in a world where stuff like Critical Role exists. Okay, Krampus. And then there's like a slap fight scene where Krampus and The Rock have to have a slap fight. That's like a thing, right? Like, didn't Critical do a thing about it?
I don't know.
Like, people get brain damage and stuff. Slap fight. Yeah, slap fighting. Top 10 power slap knockouts of 2023. It's basically that.
Okay.
But it's a giant CGI Krampus. Also, was it Nick Kroll was like the middleman?
Yes.
Is that him? Okay. I thought he looked familiar. So this scene that we're looking at right here, this still, where Chris Evans is saying that was so disturbing, is right after the scene where Nick Kroll's character is possessed by Grilla and explains the plot or something, and she's like, you don't know what you're dealing with. But it's Nick Kroll, like, all like, he's kind of like from Independence Day, when Brent Spiner gets like attacked and kind of possessed by the alien at Area 51. So she speaks through him, and then spoiler alert, they save Santa at the end, and then Chris Evans gets to go with Santa to help deliver presents to all the good girls and boys of the world
with his kid. And once again, Santa Claus exists in this universe, so he could theoretically just end world hunger in one fell swoop, and yet chooses to instead... He's got to eat them cookies. He has to stick to a very strict... He burns too many calories. He specifically he delivers presents to all the good Christian boys and girls of the world, and he skips over entire swathes of Asia and Africa. And Santa also is ripped in this universe. Oh yeah, it's like just big buff J.K. Simmons, who is old but also still looks great. Unlike Chris Evans, who... I mean, okay, so... I make fun of Chris Evans a lot now. Mm-hmm. For good reason. I really loved Chris Evans. I feel like I said this last... She said if there was porn of him, she would watch it. I probably still would. I don't... Okay, there was a leak a couple years ago. But... Emmy claims she did not partake in the leak. I don't know how much I believe that. But... I really liked him. Thought he was really hot. He was my celebrity crush. One of them, anyway. Okay, all right. And then out of many, he turned 40 and married somebody like half his age. Yep. And went crazy. Oh wait, no, it wasn't half his age. It was only 16 years younger than him, which is totally fine, as we know. I watched this movie. Well, I think last week we were kind of talking about it, and I told Roll Up I didn't know if Chris Evans was even in that good of shape anymore, because he said when he was done playing Captain America, he wasn't. Well, they could have filmed this. I think they filmed most of the footage like several years ago. He still think it was post Captain America. Okay. Oh, I'm sure it was post Captain America, but he said he wasn't gonna work out as much, if at all, after Captain America. And then I noticed, like, he still looks good in this movie. What I saw, I was like, okay, I still, like, he's still good looking. He's still, even though his accent. Oh, yeah. Issue Emmy pointed this out. I didn't really care, but his accent, like, switches back and forth between scenes, which I presume is because obviously you film a movie out of order. So I don't know if they changed it midway through. They're like, okay, you're from Brooklyn. No, wait, now you're from Philadelphia. Now just don't use your accent. Just don't have an accent for these scenes. But so other than the accent, I was like, he was still enjoyable. Like, he's good at being comedic assholes. Sure, yeah, no, it suits him. Well, yeah, because this is like every character he's played other than Captain America. But I also noticed. What about Not Another Teen Movie? He's kind of a. That's true. He's like the jock, right? Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But like, I noticed he always wore like baggy shirts. Oh, okay. Because like in Captain America, he wears like to hide his man boobs. You know, like usually he wears like tighter clothes. So I noticed he wore baggier shirts. I'm like, maybe he's getting the dad bod because he's not working out as much. Like, yeah, now that he bagged his child bride, he doesn't need to work out anymore. Oh, and yeah, Captain Sandwich is saying he's great at Knives Out, which Knives Out is great. I love him. I just hate every actor in that movie is the problem. I love him in Knives Out. Like, he was He was like the epitome.
Yeah,
like,
he's like
hotness.
rich asshole.
Yeah.
It's perfect. He's
like,
great at it.
He's kind of like poor.
Because he is a rich asshole in real life. He doesn't even have to act.
My thing with Knives Out was when it came out, everyone's like, oh, Chris Evans is finally playing like an asshole character, but like if you've seen him in anything other than
Which
Captain
Emmy
America,
has. She's seen every other movie that he was in.
like he's always like kind of an asshole.
Right, Captain America was the
weird one, yeah.
that was the standout. The problem is he was in like 10 movies, so it sort of overwhelms the statistics of it.
But I do still love. I haven't seen Knives Out in a few years, but I did love him.
Did you watch the sequel?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
Netflix
Yeah, it doesn't have Chris Evans in it. Why would you watch it?
And I heard it's not as good as Knives Out.
Well, yeah, because it's lightning in a bottle. You can't catch that twice.
Oh, God, I was gonna say something too. Oh, there was a movie that I did watch with him. I watched it only because Chris Evans was in it.
Okay.
It was on, I think it was on Hulu.
The Gray Man?
No, it was called Fierce People.
Fierce People.
Yeah, it came out like before, it was pre-Captain America. It just happened to be on Hulu.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm watching this just for Chris Evans. It had like Donald Sutherland and like Kristen Stewart.
Oh, Kristen Stewart.
And then I fucking hated it.
Oh, okay.
And I could not enjoy any time he was on the screen. I was so upset. Like, I only watched it for him, and I can't even enjoy when he's like, I hated his character so much I couldn't even like stare at his hotness, which is like my backup. Like, if I don't like the character, at least I can stare at his hotness, but I couldn't even do it in that movie.
Right.
Like, I hated him that much. And he ruined a line for me. Like, whenever anybody says it, ever since then, I'm like, oh my God, I fucking
Okay. All right, well, don't tell us the line, otherwise people will just start saying it to you. So keep it to yourself.
If you ever say this line that I'm not gonna tell you, I'm gonna hate you for.
Okay, well, nothing I can do about it. So I think we kind of covered everything the movie's about. You saw most of what happens. Obviously, there's the Ant-Man powers. They can turn toys into real objects. They can.
Except Wonder Woman.
Except Wonder Woman for whatever reason, I guess.
Which, yeah, it makes no sense because, like, at first you're like, okay, because
it's inanimate objects. I mean, they turn a Hot Wheels into an actual car.
Yeah, well, that's an inanimate object, but they turn a rubber chicken into a real chicken, which is where it gets fucked up.
They turn a Rock'em Sock'em robots into a Rock'em Sock'em mech, basically, and they start punching everybody. I don't know. I mean, it's basically, imagine if there was a Marvel Christmas movie that wasn't the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, and that's basically what this is. It's Asgard, it's Wakanda, it's S.H.I.E.L.D., it's Ant-Man, and they're just trying to save Santa and save Christmas. And the reindeer have magic powers, and Krampus is there, and he's kind of like the Loki character, because he's Santa's adopted brother.
Something like that.
Yeah, he's Santa's evil adopted brother who wants to punish the naughty kids, and
but then he comes
but no, but he's good, like he's like kind of like Loki in that he's bad, but he's good sometimes when it suits him.
Also used to date Grilla.
He used to date Grilla, and they had a thing going.
And he likes her in her ogre form, but not in her
oh right, yeah. The Ice Queen look doesn't suit her, I guess.
Like, oh yeah.
So this is okay. This is definitely not for little kids. There's a lot of foul language, and violence.
But it's like, I'd say probably PG-13.
It's PG-13
because
for sure.
There is a line. I think this is what they actually say after the snowman thing. Chris Evans says, "What in the actual fuck?" But they cut off the.
Right, yeah, they cut it out. They don't leave it in like they did in Guardians 3, which I don't really care. Like I'm an adult. I was just surprised by how much swearing there is in this movie, though. It seems like they're just saying a lot of hells and damns, and
I feel like they could have like if you wanted to make it R, you could have just pushed it a little bit further. Like,
yeah, they could have got naked. There could have been full frontal.
Yeah,
that would have been great.
Like, I've seen Chris Evans in
anatomically correct snowmen, maybe just hanging snow dong on the beach. That's what Emmy wants. Maybe they get a snow woman in there who's also fighting, and
you have the scene when his like baby mama calls, like he could have been having sex with.
Oh yeah, Emmy had all kinds of creative ideas to make this a little raunchier. Have they made a? I'm sure they've made a Christmas porno, right? It has to exist.
I mean,
okay.
Beefus was watching.
Yeah, but that was in a cartoon. I don't know if that's.
I'm sure
it's like a joke. I mean, I'm sure there is.
They have a fucking porn parody.
Do they have a Grinch porn parody?
Nightmare or Nightmare on Elm Street. They have.
Yeah, but that's
on Christmas.
I don't know. I'm sure they do, but I'm wondering if there's like a good one or if it's like stupid joke ones. Like my Grinch porn parody.
You have a Grinch porn parody?
No, that's my example of like a Christmas porno. Rilla, Chunky. Don't Google this. Never mind. Keep your browsing history.
Dude, his browser history is fucked anyway based on other shit.
No, that's not true. I asked him like how far the moon is.
You asked him
not like weird stuff.
Rilla, has he not asked you to look up questionable stuff? That you're like, I don't really want that on my browser.
Rilla, look up how to make a bomb using household chemicals. Yeah, come on. Obviously, I'm not like.
I didn't say that. I said
right. I don't think I've ever asked anyone to look up anything questionable. I don't ask anything for anyone for anything I wouldn't look up myself. But yeah, mostly it's bizarre but harmless. See?
Sure, I guess.
Okay. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna Google Christmas themed porno live on stream. No, I'm not going to do that. We'll look after. I'll post a link in the Discord.
Because I feel like you're getting ready to end.
Yeah. We're closing in here. What do you want? Oh, yes. Okay. Fun fact about the reindeer.
So, in Red 1, the reindeer are ladies.
Lady
they
reindeer.
Specify this.
Female reindeer.
And I thought that was cool. Because if you know anything about reindeer, the male reindeer lose their antlers in like mid-November or early December. So Santa's reindeer should be ladies.
Or they should not have antlers.
Yeah, or they shouldn't have antlers.
So any Christmas movie you've seen that has male reindeer with antlers pulling Santa's sleigh is scientifically false.
And the lady ones don't usually lose theirs until May when they like have their babies or whatever. Right.
So, fun fact, there is a movie called Christy, Santa's First Female Reindeer.
Yeah, scientifically flying reindeer.
Well, look, they're magic, but they still have to obey the reindeer biological imperative. Yeah, because they have magical powers, Rilip. That doesn't mean that that's like, oh, well, you know, Doctor Strange is magic, but he doesn't have to pee anymore. Like, no, he still has biological functions. He's still a man. He just has magical powers. Well, okay, I was gonna say something. Oh, Christy, Santa's First Female Reindeer.
Which is also on YouTube.
Which is also on YouTube. Don't watch it, it's terrible. So all of Santa's reindeer should be female, except, I guess, Rudolph. Just don't have antlers, or maybe he's like fucked up. He's like a weird mutant because he's already got the glowing red nose. I guess
radioactive.
He could also keep his antlers. Rilip said my kids were fine with the reindeer flying, but when I said they had a sleigh, they got mad. Wait, what? They don't think that the reindeer can pull a flying sleigh, or that the sleigh can't fly? That's a weird place to draw the line when it comes to Santa magic. I think if you've seen the Santa Claus, the Tim Allen movie from the 90s, which you've not seen that. Okay, maybe that's when we got to put it.
Last week. I've never seen it.
I think the first Santa Claus movie is solid.
Rolf said it's entertaining, but if you can't look over the kind of person that Tim Allen is.
Sure, I guess.
Which, you know, like, it was fine in Galaxy Quest.
I think at some point you have to, like, it's been 30 years, like, he's not getting any money. I mean, maybe he's getting like a few cents, but I don't know. I guess if you can't even enjoy the movie at that point.
My thing is, like, I can sometimes get over it.
Okay.
But I don't know, it's easier when like the person you know they are is like how like it's easier for me to watch Chris Pratt as Star-Lord because
he's an asshole. Why you like assholes? I'm noticing in movies.
I don't like Chris Pratt as Star-Lord though. I'm saying that's like the only thing I can really watch him in.
Right, that's why we can't watch Parks and Rec, right?
Like he's in the 4th season of the OC and I want to punch him in the face every time he's
Is that what his character is supposed to be like? Is he supposed to be like the punchable one?
His character is supposed to be like he's a vegan and he's all about animal rights.
Oh no.
And
he's like you.
You can't cut down the tree.
Oh wow,
like,
he's going all in. He doesn't even eat plants. What does he eat?
I don't know.
How is he a vegan if he can't even like cut down a plant? He's a fruitarian, maybe.
He talks my favorite character, Summer, into breaking into the science lab and freeing the bunnies.
Oh.
And she does with him, and then they get caught, and he throws her under the bus. He says, I didn't have anything to do with it. She did, so she gets expelled. And then he's like, well, they were gonna expel you anyway, and I'm more important to the cause, so he's gonna do it.
I see.
But then I was like really mad, because I'm like, well, you just fucked over my like favorite character.
Yeah, didn't you say she was the one that keeps getting like, she's like the butt monkey of the show?
No.
Oh, who was that one?
Her boyfriend?
No, I don't. Never mind. Anyway, Rilip says that Santa using a sleigh instead of something else was a problem. Do your kids know like that reindeer do pull sleighs in like actual real life?
Maybe it's
maybe they don't know what a
sleigh would not fly, just the reindeer.
Oh, so the flying reindeer should be pulling like a glider or something, like one of those big World War II transport gliders.
I don't know, that's just what I'm assuming.
I guess. I never had an issue with the sleigh flying because I just assumed it was all Santa magic, which both, I guess, so in both this movie and the Santa Claus, it's like representative of the technology of the time, or like near future technology. So in the Santa Claus movie, the North Pole exists, but it's under the ice sheet. And they gotta be quiet when like an expedition comes by so nobody detects them. And they have like a jet-powered flying sleigh, and there's like all kinds of like fun little technology things. In this movie, it's full-on Marvel universe. They have like a hover carrier. Well, what's it called? Is that what it's called?
Something like that.
Whatever they're called in the MCU. We only saw them in like 2 movies, like the first Avengers and Civil War. No, not Civil War. Winter Soldier. Helicarrier?
Maybe.
I think it's Helicarrier. So basically Santa has one of those, and they have like a Wakanda shield around the North Pole.
And they have the Bifrost.
And they have the Bifrost that Santa uses to teleport around the world at light speed or whatever.
But it's green because
because Christmas. Okay, sure. Yeah, so the Santa Claus but MCU is how I would describe this film. It is not bad. Despite what you may have heard, it is not a bad movie. It's kind of boring. And it kind of goes in the direction you expect it to go, but it's a Christmas movie where they save Santa Claus. I don't know what you want from your Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I mean, elves, obviously, is the pinnacle.
They did have elves.
They what?
They did have elves. They were like weird little
gremlins?
Yeah, kind of.
But wasn't The Rock an elf?
He was
an ELF.
Yeah, that was part of the special security.
He's like, yeah, the special security detail of Santa Claus.
They had little like.
They also had little gremlin elves.
Do you remember in The Force Awakens, like that chick?
Yeah, the Porgs.
No, not the Porgs. Oh. I don't know. There was like something Star Wars, but like big elephant ears.
Okay, let me. Oh, hold on. Red
like
one L.
They kind of looked like little.
This is a picture of Krampus.
I gotta say, they had them. They were like these little things.
Yeah, no, I remember what you're talking about, but I wish I could find a picture so I could share. Red-headed elf woman, which is not what I'm looking for. Also, this appears to be AI generated. It's weird looking and it's missing an arm. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna find it. Watch the movie if you want to see the elves, I guess.
I'm gonna say they kind of look like elephants without noses.
They look like Max Rebo.
Maybe.
The little blue guy.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, but I do have to say I think I like Red One more than Dear Santa.
Okay, no, that's fair. I think I liked Jack Black's demon. I thought that was funny. I think he did a better job as a genie than Will Smith did in the live-action Genie movie.
Well, yeah, he didn't talk about jam.
Right, they never once did the topic of jam come up in that movie.
The only person that's gonna defend the live-action Aladdin is Magic, and he's not here.
They should have got Jack Black to play the genie in that movie. That might have made it way, because he's funny and he can do. I don't know that he can do voices though, which neither can Will Smith. Maybe Jack Black might be able to sing. I don't know.
Yeah, Jack Black can sing.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a fucking band. What am I talking about? I don't know. Yeah, but it's kind of like a parody band.
I like his
though.
rendition of "Baby One More Time" better than Britney Spears.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
But I liked Jack Black in that movie, but
no, I agree. I think it has enough other problems with it that
I was gonna say.
If it was just about that, yeah, there's too many kids. It is about
the main kid was fine, his friend was fine, but like I'm an adult, I don't have kids. Like seeing 11-year-olds doesn't do it for me. Whereas
Emmy would rather watch the movie if it was about Christmas Cat.
Yeah, I would watch that.
Sorry, Yule Cat.
But like Red One, I'm just following adults,
right? There's a kid, but he mostly comes in the third act and isn't really. He's important in the sense that he's Chris Evans' kid.
What the fuck is it with these movies and having like descriptive looking children? Like
Emmy's saying all the kids look ugly. All the kids look too ugly.
Weird looking to me.
The kid from Dear Santa kind of looks like the kid from the Home remake. Let me look this up real quick. Dear Santa. Emmy's got to go back to the bathroom again. She's drinking too much wine. She's drinking too much Christmas wine, so that we got to finish all the Lifetime stuff. Okay, his name is Robert Timothy Smith, and he is in. He's in the Skeleton Crew Star Wars series, which I have not seen. He was on Tosh.0 as a ring bearer in 2017. Tosh.0 was going in 2017. I had no idea. He was in something called Wolves. He was in Dear Santa, and now he's on Skeleton Crew. This kid's got a possibly bright future ahead of him. I don't know. All right, so does anyone have any additional things to add? Emmy, do you have anything to add?
Last thing
here.
Since you're making fun of me for making fun of how people look.
Sure, yeah, okay.
I guess I'm going to add that Chris Evans' character is supposed to be like this asshole, right?
Yeah.
And I just, like, we see his baby mama, and she's not like that good looking.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to believe that like he was willing to hook up with this chick.
Oh, I see.
Because he's supposed to be an asshole, so I feel like she should have been
hotter.
Yeah.
I mean, some guys just don't care.
Because at first I was like, okay, I guess he married this chick, thought that it's like he's an asshole, and they just had sex once.
Which, wow, talk about, speaking of like biologically improbable, like somebody run the odds on that one.
Yeah.
Rillip, I need you to Google, what are the odds? Can you get pregnant in a hot tub? Google, ask Google. Can you get pergonat? Can you get pregante? Okay, Emmy, do you have anything else to say after that? Can we we're gonna close on our Christmas movie spectacular. We talked about 3.
Can I say one more thing about elves?
You can say whatever you want about anything. We're going back to elves.
I did forget.
There's the elf.
In elves, the mall Santa / Dan Haggerty.
Okay, the detective, the hero of our story.
He gets kicked out of his trailer.
Oh yeah.
But we see it, and it's like one of those campers that you get to like one of them small ass campers.
Yeah, okay.
That you buy to go like
his
camping in the
his
summer.
fifth wheel.
And I'm like, can you get like kicked out of a camper?
If you're renting it, I suppose, yeah. Or if you've like drove it onto.
Like, how sad does your life have to be that you got evicted from?
I mean, he's begging for a job as a mall Santa, which is not exactly a long-term work gig. So yeah, here's our dead mall Santa. He got stabbed in the dick.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then
look at this break room in the mall. Why is there a cot in there?
The rest.
Does he live in the mall?
I don't know about. Well, Dan Haggerty's character does.
Oh, he rents the break room in the mall.
Well,
that's
no, because nobody knows about it. So after he gets hired, he just tapes the back door.
Wow.
So he can get back in at night. But after the mall Santa dies there, the rest of the movie in the break room, there's just like the chalk outline.
Right, yeah.
And Dan Haggerty's character names him Eddie.
Oh, that's great.
Every time he's in the back room, he's talking to Eddie, and I'm like, what the
Okay, guys, remember, this movie is on YouTube. It is free.
We'll post the link in the Discord.
Emmy will post the link. Everybody watch it.
We'll watch it in
and
the
we'll
Discord.
talk about it. We'll talk about it next stream, which will be Thursday.
I thought you said you were streaming tomorrow.
Nah, what? It's Christmas Eve. Oh, everybody's got stuff to do. I'm not gonna. We did this. This was
like
our
at
Christmas
first it was
thing.
like because when he's first mall Santa, this kid pees on him, and he's in the back room, and he's like, first you're a mall Santa, and then you die, or in my case, you get pissed on, right, Eddie? And I'm like, who the fuck is Eddie?
So he's talking
and
to
then
the
he's
chalk
like
outline.
looking down at the floor, and then he does it like 2 or 3 other times, and I'm like, oh, I guess he didn't name that chalk outline on the floor that they left.
So those are our 3 movies. Which of the 3 would you recommend? Obviously Elves. We're both gonna recommend Elves.
I was gonna say,
between Dear Santa and Red One.
Red One.
Just Red One. You wouldn't recommend Dear Santa at all?
I mean, if you're curious,
Or if you have kids.
if you're curious about Dear Santa, or if you have kids, I guess.
Or if you like Post Malone. Or Jack Black.
I was gonna say, or if you like Jack Black.
Which I did. And then he did the Minecraft movie, and now I'm starting to waver on my support of Jack Black.
But like, because it was fine, I just think out of the 2 I like Red One more.
Okay.
Like I like Jack Black usually. Like
Yeah, no, he's
like,
I don't think
the
he's
best
ever
part of the movie, probably.
I mean, I don't know that he's ever been in anything terrible. Maybe
before Minecraft.
Well, Minecraft hasn't come out. I'm sure it'll be like mediocre and fine. I won't want to watch it because it's Minecraft, and I'm a 35-year-old man. This movie was made for tiny children.
Like Dear Santa was fine. It wasn't really for me.
Okay.
Like Red One, I felt like it was funnier. Dear Santa has too many depressing shit with the parents.
Yeah, that's true. There's like marital strife and the dead kid, and
then
we're gonna
Jack
get
Black.
divorced.
It's like weird.
Jack Black shows up.
Like if I want to watch like if I want to watch a serious horror movie, I'm gonna watch like Elves or Black Christmas.
Okay.
Like a Christmas
or just
horror.
Halloween.
Yeah, or Halloween. I've watched Halloween.
Yeah, no, I think everybody knows that.
If I want to watch something like fun and cheesy, like I just want to have a good time, I'm gonna watch Red One.
Okay, but you probably would not watch Red One again.
I might work.
Okay.
I probably would not pay.
Oh no, absolutely
for Red
not.
One.
No, don't pay for either of these movies.
But if I were going to watch either of them again, I'd watch Red One over Dear Santa.
Okay.
That's
so I think they're both good enough. You can watch both of them. I'm not gonna like discourage you. Again, I wouldn't pay for either of these movies. I don't think any movie being made in 2024 is worth paying money to watch. I am, of course, not a movie man, so I mean, maybe there's some incredible movie that I just am not aware of. I doubt it, though. Probably playing in a small theater in New York City and Los Angeles only, and maybe some other select cities.
Or even if, because I know I said there's too much kids, but
Yeah.
like even if they just focused on like the main kid and like his friend,
Okay.
like just cut out the parents as much as possible, like
Oh.
depressing shit. Like,
Yeah,
like that kind of ruined it for me. Like every
Yeah,
time they
maybe.
were on, I was like, oh my god. Like, I mean, I even said to you when they first came out, like, okay, we gotta figure out which one of these is that, like, asshole.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was
And
trying
it
to figure
turned
out
they
which
both
parent is
were,
the asshole, and
they,
yeah.
neither of them were. Like, they were.
Because they're
so
like yelling at each other and they're getting mad for no good reason. He's like, oh boy, here we go. It's one of these movies.
And that's like the whole thing with them. It's like they're either yelling and fighting.
It's
or
your
they're
fault.
just-
He still believes in Santa.
Yeah, it's like,
well,
your-
I didn't baby him when he was a toddler, so you weren't watching the kid when he died. It's your fault.
It's like they're either fighting or it's like sad. and
Yeah, that part.
depressing,
I
and
feel like if you
hate
cut that,
fucking
you know what? This
movies.
movie would have been great. You cut out that part and just make it like a funny movie
Yeah, I was gonna say.
where Christmas genie Jack Black shows up and does wishes for the kid, and he has to try to figure out a way without telling his parents.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say,
oh,
like,
no.
you cut them out, or even just like you can have the scene at the beginning, and then it just focuses more on like
My parents are gonna
them.
kill me when they find out I went to a Post Malone concert. Santa, what do I do? Yeah, no, that would have been. Yeah, no, I agree. I still think the movie's fine enough to watch. So I like how they have to put starring Jack Black in the parentheses. Like no one's gonna watch this movie.
I had to like put in a year. I think.
Oh, is there another Dear Santa movie? Okay.
But
So I guess they should have called it Dear Satan, because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
But I guess
But-
maybe that doesn't play as well with audiences.
But like it's fine. Like both of them were fine.
All
like, to watch
movies
for
are
free.
fine. I think that is.
That is not true. There
No,
are
it's
some
it's
movies-
correct.
I've seen movies that.
What
people
movie is
say,
not fine?
Bad CGI gator.
I bet that movie is fine.
Okay.
I bet I could watch it and say this was about as good as
As you
another
expected.
movie. This is about as good as I expected from a movie called Bad CGI
But-
Gator.
But like for watching them for free, both of them were fine.
There you go. Fine.
But
A free movie
I
is a
think
fine
Red
movie.
One was more fun.
If I
which
paid
is
money
what I
for
want
either
for
of these,
Christmas.
how much is it to rent a movie now? $5?
It depends.
Depends on the movie. Okay.
It depends on how new it is too. Like,
Okay.
if you're
What's the cheapest you can rent a movie for?
like on like streaming?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
I
You can't go to
there are some that are,
Blockbuster.
like- there were some that were like $3 or $4, but those
Okay,
were, like,
would
on
you pay?
sale.
Okay, what's the most expensive you can rent a movie for? I guess I should say.
$20.
Don't pay $20 for any of these movies, except maybe Elves, if you can get a VHS copy.
Say, like I would watch these for free, or yeah, I'd rent them for like maybe $5, but
Also, check out Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. It's for free. It's got Ben Stiller. He's great.
like if you can watch these for free, like
Yeah, if you've already got Paramount Plus because you watch Star Trek or whatever,
they're
or
like,
what's the other one? Amazon.
yeah.
And I know Mighty Stoosh, you got Amazon, so you can just watch it.
But like they're fine. Like I said, Red One was better than I was expecting.
Yeah, well, no, I knew it was gonna be bland Marvel movie, which is why I was so excited about it.
Okay.
Because I'm like, oh, I love this shit. This is perfect for me.
But I don't know.
I am the
like,
target audience.
I guess I try to go into every movie expecting it to be the worst fucking thing I can think of, because then
Good practice.
I'm like, I'm not disappointed. I'm like, oh, that was better than I thought. Like, whereas if I go in with high expectations, like
Barbie.
no, like Jojo Rabbit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, people were
everybody
hyping the
tells
shit
me-
out of that movie.
Everybody tells me how great Jojo Rabbit was, including one of my friends that I have like similar taste in movies to. Like, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen. So I went into that with high expectations. In the opening scene, where they compare, like, Hitler, like, people
to Beatlemania, yeah.
And they're like playing I Want to Hold Your Hand, the like clips of Hitler.
It's great.
I'm like, this is fucking hilarious.
That should have been the movie.
And then the rest of the movie was such a fucking letdown, and I was like, and I've never like watched it since because I was so disappointed.
So yeah, don't tell Emmy that something's the best movie you've ever seen, because then she'll just be horribly disappointed when it's just fine.
So then like people are like, oh my god, Halloween Kills was the worst movie I've ever seen, and I'm like, A, that wasn't even the worst Halloween movie I've ever seen.
That might actually be true, but it's not, because there's worse Halloween movies.
And B, I went in like my only thing.
Oh no, Rilip's leaving.
Going in.
I guess we gotta wrap it up. Okay, Merry Christmas, Rilip. We'll see you on Thursday, hopefully.
But my only thing going in was, it can't be worse than Halloween 6. And it wasn't. So.
Which is, first of all, Halloween 6 has Paul Rudd in it. I know we're like getting into the weeds here.
But Paul Rudd sucks in that movie, which is not Paul Rudd's fault, but he still sucks.
He's playing Tommy Doyle. It's a tough act to follow from that kid.
He's not Paul Rudd though. Like that was his
pre Paul Rudd.
I feel
before he became Paul Rudd.
It's before he found his thing. Like, you know, when you see a movie and you're like,
he's got
like the Paul Rudd thing.
Yeah, like Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Ant-Man.
Or Parks and Rec or.
But I feel like Halloween 6, he was taking it too seriously. Like
you can't take. I think this when you're in the 6th Halloween movie, you gotta kind of
like
play it a little campy.
This is what I'm like. This is what's gonna get me there, and then Clueless got him.
Yeah, it's like he phoned in Clueless, and that ended up being the better movie.
So,
this there's like incest in this one. Whatever. Okay.
Like he's too serious, and I don't know if that was his decision or the director. But like, I don't blame him for it, but like, he's not how he usually is either. So
all right, well, that's our show for tonight. Check out these movies if you want. They're all fine except Elves, which is amazing. I'm gonna hype everybody up on Elves. Watch it. There will be a link in the Discord. You can watch it for free on YouTube. There is brief nudity, so don't watch it with your kids unless you don't care about your kids seeing a little bit of button boobs. I mean, I'm sure they see it every day if they're walking around the house and you're an adult. And what are you gonna do, lock your doors? Maybe, I don't know. All right, so yeah, let's get out of here. Thanks everybody for coming out. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas Eve with your friends and or family,
and I'll see you guys next week.
And Emmy will be back next Tuesday for her Tuesday streams. And yeah, that's it. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye, Susan.
Bye, Susan. I'll talk to you later.